What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 2 of Ask Corey. Today's question comes to us from our friend Dionicio, and I'm going to read it to you right now. So he says, how does nutrition vary based on the different diets that people have? Great question. So he's basically asking, hey, there's all these popular diets out there, right? There's clean eating, there's if it fits your macros, there's vegan, there is Atkins, there's keto. You know, how does your approach to nutrition vary based on these different styles, right? My answer, there's 3 things I look for in any kind of approach to eating. I'm gonna give you all 3 first and then talk through each. So number 1, is this sustainable for that individual? Number 2, does the individual feel energized and feel good day to day? And then number 3, is the caloric intake aligned with what that individual's goals are? Let's dive into each one by one. Number 1, sustainability. If the diet you choose is not sustainable for you, you're gonna lose. There's no other way to get around it. If you do the diet 2 days a week, but then 5 days a week you say screw it, it's not gonna work out for you, right? So the first thing I look for before we get into the nuts and bolts of, what is the calories, the protein, what is the food coming from? If it's not sustainable for you, it's not gonna work. So sustainability is number 1. The second thing I look for is how does the individual feel over the course of days, weeks, months, years, etc. Right? So you might have a diet that on paper, it sounds like this is great for you. Maybe you are sustaining it in the short term, but if you feel terrible day to day, your energy is low, number 1, you're probably not going to be able to sustain it anyway. And then even if you do, that's just no way to live your life. So number 2 is how does it make you feel day to day? And then finally, number 3, what I look for is are the calories aligned with this individual's goals, right? So if your goal is to lose weight or to lose body fat, then whatever approach you take to eating needs to help you get into a caloric deficit, right? Meaning you need to be eating less calories than your body consumes throughout the day, throughout the week, the month, etc. Right? On the flip side, if you're like, hey, I'm trying to get big, I'm trying to get swole, right? Or grow a butt, whatever it is, if you're trying to get bigger, add pounds, then again, the diet needs to make sure, are we getting enough calories to make that happen? So in summary, the 3 things I look for with anybody's approach to eating, number 1, is it sustainable for that individual? Number 2, does it make that individual feel good energy and feel good from day to day, week to week? And number 3, are the calories aligned with that individual's goals? Outside of that, yes, there's plenty of other things we can look at. We can look at, what is the protein intake? What types of carbohydrates is this person eating? Where's the food being sourced from? How many, vitamins, minerals, things like that are we getting? How nutrient dense is the diet? The point is, there's so many layers we can dive into when it comes to the full spectrum of nutrition. But if I had to say the 3 things I look for in every single diet, again, sustainability, how it makes you feel over time, right? And then again, what is the caloric intake of that approach to eating? And in the end, a lot of the other stuff we talked about are gonna show up in those 3 categories anyway, right? So if your diet is, not very nutrient dense, you're probably gonna feel terrible day to day over time. Like if you're just eating cookies all day, you're gonna feel bad over time physically, right? If the sourcing of your food is terrible, or if maybe you're getting really bad types of carbohydrates, again, that's gonna show up in those 3 parameters. So one more time to beat the dead horse, whatever diet you choose or pick, the 3 things that I look for first, not only, but first, is sustainability, how it makes you feel over time, and what is the caloric intake. Hope that helps. Again, if you have other questions that you want me to answer in future videos, please leave a comment or send me a direct message, either one. I'm taking your questions one by one and spitting them back out at you. So until next time, talk to you later.